Welcome to the Supreme Grammar Podcast, where you'll learn to write and advocate like a Supreme Court Justice with me, Jill Barton. Today, our AI hosts dive into oral arguments. This skill isn't just for courtroom elites. It's something every lawyer can develop, or at least fake with confidence until it clicks. Let's listen in for tips on how to gain confidence and strengthen your voice as an advocate.
All right, so let's dive into oral argument.
Oral argument.
Yeah, the first one, it can feel like you're stepping into a legal lion's den, right?
Absolutely.
But I think with the right prep, you can totally rock it.
Definitely.
And today we're going straight to the source for this deep dive.
Okay.
The handbook for the new legal writer.
Oh, classic.
It's like a cheat sheet for not just surviving, but like thriving in oral argument.
Right.
So what I found really fascinating about this chapter was how much it emphasized the role of confidence.
Oh, totally.
You can have the most brilliant legal arguments,
Right.
but if you can't present them effectively,
Yeah.
they kind of lose their impact.
They lose their power.
Yeah, exactly. And for anyone out there who's feeling like those pre-argument jitters,
Yeah. Sure.
my advice is fake it till you make it. Seriously, crank up some Supreme Court oral arguments.
I love that.
Not only will you pick up on legal strategy and things like that,
Yeah.
but you'll also see that even the top lawyers in the country get nervous.
Yeah, it's good to remember.
It's totally normal.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's really easy to think that those experienced attorneys just waltz in there.
Right.
But no, they put in the work behind the scenes.
Yeah,
And this chapter actually gives us a little peek behind the curtain.
I like that.
Yeah, it breaks down the entire process from how to craft a really killer opening statement
Right.
to how to handle those tough questions from the bench.
Okay, so let's break down the first key takeaway here.
Okay.
Developing a solid plan.
Yeah.
It's like building a house,
Right.
right?
Sure.
You need that strong blueprint before you start laying bricks.
Absolutely. Organization is key.
Exactly. So where do we even begin with this blueprint?
Well, the chapter really stresses the importance of a structured outline. Think of it as your roadmap guiding you and the judges
Okay.
through your argument.
So what's our first stop on this roadmap?
The greeting.
The greet.
It might seem basic, but those first few words really set the tone.
Interesting.
For your entire argument, a clear, respectful, may it please the court,
Right.
followed by your name and your client's name. That's the gold standard. It's about establishing your presence,
Okay.
showing respect for the court right from the start.
So no need to get super creative with the greeting.
I wouldn't recommend it, oral argument.
Right.
It's a formal setting. It's best to stick with that traditional approach,
Yeah.
which the chapter highlights with a great example from Hepting v. AT&T.
Got it. So after our greeting, what's next?
Your opening statement, and the chapter has some really insightful advice here.
Okay.
Think of it like a movie trailer. You're not giving away the whole plot, but you are highlighting the key points and leaving the judges wanting more,
Okay.
capturing their attention from the get-go.
I like that analogy. So what kind of info should we pack into this trailer?
The chapter calls it your roadmap. It's where you preview your main arguments and the specific relief you're seeking.
Okay.
So you're providing a framework for the judges to follow your argument.
All right.
And the chapter even provides some really clear examples of that roadmap language,
Oh, nice.
which I found incredibly helpful.
Yeah. So no need to rehash the entire case history.
Definitely not. The judges have already read your briefs.
All right.
So the roadmap is about strategically highlighting the most compelling points,
Got it.
creating a clear path for your argument.
Okay. Roadmap laid out.
Yeah.
Now we get to the main attraction.
Right.
The actual argument itself.
Yeah.
How does the chapter suggest we tackle this beast?
This is where clear organization is key, and the chapter advocates for
Okay.
using bullet points instead of writing out full paragraphs. Think of it as creating visual cues. Follow the flow of your argument.
So like those note cards we see attorneys using in movies and stuff.
Exactly. And each bullet point should represent a distinct legal or factual point supported by clear authority.
That makes sense. But what if a judge throws us a curveball question about a specific case? Are we supposed to have every single detail memorized?
That's where a little trick from the chapter comes in handy.
Okay.
Creating a separate outline specifically for your authorities.
Interesting.
Think of it as your legal toolbox organized and ready to go.
So we're talking case names, key facts holdings.
You got it.
Okay.
Having that information at your fingertips allows you to seamlessly incorporate it, even if you get interrupted, and the chapter actually uses
Yeah.
a great example here involving a pharmacist's duty to warn.
Okay.
It talks about an attorney using a note card system, almost like flashcards,
Wow.
to stay organized.
I love that visual.
Yeah.
It really highlights how important it is
Right.
to know those cases inside and out.
Absolutely.
All right, so we presented our arguments, answered questions like legal ninjas.
Yeah.
But even the best movies
Mm-hmm.
need a strong finish, right?
They do.
What about the conclusion?
Right.
Or if we're running low on time?
Even with time constraints, a clear conclusion is essential. This is your last chance to reiterate that specific relief you're seeking
Okay.
and really drive home your key points.
So what's the magic formula for a killer conclusion?
The chapter breaks it down beautifully. Reiterate your requested relief.
Okay.
Thank the judges for their time, and boom, you're done.
Right.
And it even provides some alternative closings,
Oh, Nate.
depending on how much time you have left, which I thought was super helpful.
It's awesome. Okay, so we've got the greeting, the roadmap,
Right.
the argument itself, and the conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle, right?
Yes, there is.
The rebuttal.
The rebuttal, you're absolutely right. And this is where
Okay.
strategic time management comes into play.
Uh-huh.
The chapter emphasizes that only the person who brought the motion or the appeal gets that last word.
So we need to be mindful of how much time we're using throughout.
Absolutely. And it's important to clearly signal to the court
Okay.
how much time you'd like to reserve for that rebuttal.
Got it.
And the chapter actually provides a really clear example of how to do this right at the beginning of your argument.
That is super helpful. Okay, so we've got our plan. We've got our roadmap.
Yes.
We even have a strategy for the rebuttal.
We do.
But what about the actual delivery? How do we make sure we're not just reciting a memorized script?
That's a great question, and it leads us to the next key takeaway from the chapter.
You're right.
Treating oral argument as a conversation, not a monologue,
Okay.
but we'll delve into that fascinating aspect
I can't wait.
in the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned, folks.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to unlock the secrets to turning your oral argument
Yes.
into a dynamic and engaging conversation with the court.
Absolutely.
Welcome back. We're diving even deeper into how to make your first oral argument a total knockout.
Let's do it.
Last time, we focused on creating that solid roadmap
Yeah.
for your argument using the handbook for the new legal writer.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about bringing that roadmap to life. And that's where the art of conversation comes in.
Oh, yeah.
The chapter emphasizes that oral argument isn't about
Right.
reciting a memorized speech.
Yeah.
It's really about engaging in a dialogue with the judges.
I like to think of it as like an intellectual tennis match.
Ooh.
You're serving up arguments and the judges are volleying back questions.
I like that. So it's not enough to just like know the law cold.
Right.
We also need to be ready to think on our feet.
Absolutely. And that means knowing the record,
Okay.
the facts and the law inside and out,
Mm-hmm.
being prepared to cite specific page numbers, key dates,
Right.
or relevant case holdings. This is where all that prep work really pays off.
Yeah.
The stronger your foundation of knowledge, the more confidently you'll
Okay.
be able to handle whatever comes your way.
Speaking of handling curveballs,
Yeah.
let's talk about those dreaded questions from the bench.
Oh, yes.
Any advice on how to stay calm when a judge starts grilling us?
Well, the handbook actually offers
Right.
some surprisingly practical tips for this. First, it breaks down the types of questions you can expect.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about judges trying to trip you up.
Right.
Sometimes they're genuinely trying to understand your argument
Okay.
or help you clarify a point.
That makes me feel a little better.
Good.
So what kind of questions are we talking about here?
Well, the chapter identifies three main types.
Okay.
There are those tough questions aimed at poking holes in your argument,
Yeah.
forcing you to really defend your position.
Okay.
Then there are hypotheticals, those what-if scenarios
Uh-huh.
that judges love to use to test the boundaries of your argument.
Okay.
And finally, there are those lifeline questions.
Lifeline questions.
Questions that actually help you strengthen your case.
Ooh. Those sound much better than the first two.
Right.
But how can we tell the difference between a lifeline and a trap?
It's not always easy, but pay attention to the judge's tone
Okay.
and the way they phrase the question. Sometimes a judge might be trying to steer you
Right.
in the right direction or give you an opportunity to clarify something.
Okay. For the benefit of the whole panel.
So it's about reading the room,
Yeah.
paying attention to those subtle cues.
Exactly.
But no matter what kind of question comes our way,
Right.
what's the best way to respond?
Well, the chapter stresses the importance of clarity and directness.
Okay.
Start with a clear yes or no answer, then back it up with legal or factual authority.
Okay.
And if you need a moment to gather your thoughts,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to politely ask the judge for a second
Okay.
to collect yourself.
That's a relief to hear. I think one of the biggest fears for law students
I bet.
is that awkward silence when your mind goes blank.
Oh, I totally get that. But the handbook reminds us
Yeah.
that judges are human too.
Mm-hmm.
They understand that we're all under pressure.
Right.
And a moment of silence can actually be more effective
Okay.
than rambling or giving like a half-baked answer.
So we've talked about answering questions.
Yeah.
But what about those moments when we're interrupted mid-argument?
How do we transition smoothly without sounding flustered?
That's a great question, and it leads to one of the trickiest aspects of oral argument, maintaining a seamless flow,
Yeah.
even when you're constantly being interrupted.
Right. It's like trying to navigate a roundabout during rush hour.
Exactly. And the chapter offers some helpful tips
Okay.
for navigating these interruptions gracefully.
Okay.
It emphasizes the importance of using keywords to bridge between different points in your argument,
Right.
even if you're forced to take a detour.
So it's about having those mental signposts to help us get back on track.
Precisely, think of it like using a GPS.
Okay.
Even if you miss a turn, you can reroute
Right.
and still reach your destination.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
But what about our tone?
Okay.
You know, when we're transitioning back to our original point after an interruption,
Mm-hmm.
is it okay to sound a little annoyed?
That's where the chapter offers some really insightful advice.
All right.
Avoid any transitions that make it seem like you're annoyed or dismissive of the judge's questions.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not there to debate the judges.
Oh,
You're there to engage in a respectful dialogue
right.
and persuade them to rule in your favor.
Got it. So it's all about staying calm, collected, and respectful,
Exactly.
even when we're feeling the heat.
Yes.
Now, I know we've talked a lot about the substance of the argument,
Right.
but what about the style? Are there any tips on how to project confidence
Oh.
and connect with the judges?
That's where the chapter really shines.
Okay.
It emphasizes the importance of practice,
Okay.
observation, and developing your own unique style.
So it's not just about what we say,
Right.
but how we say it.
Absolutely. Think about the attorneys you've seen in court.
Yeah.
Or in those Supreme Court recordings.
Hmm.
Some are more theatrical, others are more subdued.
Right.
The key is to find what feels natural and authentic to you.
So there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. The chapter encourages law students to experiment with different styles, whether it's through moot court practice or simply by observing experienced attorneys.
That's a good idea.
And it even suggests recording yourself
Oh, wow.
to see how you come across, kind of like watching game tape,
Right.
to analyze your performance.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to know how we're actually coming across
Yeah.
until we see ourselves in action.
Right.
But what about those moments when the pre-argument jitters hit?
Yeah.
Any tips on how to tame those nerves?
Well, the chapter reminds us that even seasoned attorneys get nervous.
Okay.
And it offers some surprisingly simple yet effective techniques
Oh.
for dealing with those butterflies.
Right.
One of my favorites is the power of breathing.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this magical breathing technique.
It's not magic, but it can feel like it.
Okay.
Taking a few deep breaths before your argument, or even during a particularly tense moment, can work wonders
Wow.
to calm your nerves and help you regain focus. The chapter even suggests a specific breathing exercise
Oh, nice.
that you can practice anytime, anywhere.
So it's like hitting the reset button in our brains.
Exactly. It's about giving yourself a moment
Mhm.
to pause, regroup, and recenter yourself.
Yeah.
And the chapter also emphasizes the importance of focusing on small victories during your argument.
Okay.
Nail that opening statement. Celebrate it.
I like that.
It's a tough question. Give yourself a mental high five.
I love that advice. It's about breaking down the argument
Yeah.
into smaller, more manageable pieces
Right.
and acknowledging our successes along the way.
Exactly.
But even with all the crap in the world,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes things don't go according to plan.
That's true.
What happens when we get hit with a question we didn't anticipate?
Right.
Or we completely blank on a key case?
That's where the chapter's advice
Fair.
on handling the unexpected comes in.
Okay.
And we'll explore those strategies
Yes.
in the final part of our deep dive.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We're about to uncover the secrets
Yes.
to staying cool under pressure and turning those oh-no moments into opportunities to shine.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to our deep dive into acing your first oral argument.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground already.
We have.
Crafting that killer roadmap,
Yeah.
handling those heart-stopping questions from the bench.
Oh, yeah.
But let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the best preparation, things can still go sideways.
That's absolutely true, and that's where the chapter's wisdom really shines.
Okay.
It acknowledges that no matter how much you prepare,
Right.
you're bound to encounter unexpected twists and turns during your argument.
Yeah.
But instead of fearing these moments, it encourages us to embrace them
Wow.
as opportunities to showcase our resilience and adaptability.
Okay, so let's talk about those oh-no moments.
Okay.
What happens if we, completely blank on a key case name
All right.
or stumble over our words?
Yeah.
Is there any coming back from that?
The chapter's advice here is surprisingly simple,
Okay.
yet incredibly empowering. First and foremost, don't panic.
Okay.
Remember that breathing technique we talked about?
Yes.
This is the perfect time to put it into practice.
Right.
Taking a few deep breaths can really help calm those racing thoughts and bring you back to the present moment.
So it's like hitting the pause button.
Exactly.
Giving ourselves a moment to regroup.
Right. And instead of trying to cover up the mistake
Yeah.
or pretend it didn't happen, the chapter advises us to acknowledge it gracefully. So,
Okay.
for example, if you can't recall a case name,
Right.
simply say something like, I can provide a supplemental brief on that case after oral argument if that would be helpful.
So it's about being honest and straightforward with the court.
Exactly.
I like that approach. What about those times when we might get flustered
Mm-hmm.
or start rambling?
Sure.
Any tips for reining it in?
The handbook reminds us that judges are human too.
Right.
They understand that we're under pressure, and they've likely been in similar situations themselves.
Yeah.
If you feel yourself getting flustered, it's perfectly acceptable
Okay.
to pause, take a sip of water, and gather your thoughts.
Okay.
In fact, a moment of silence can often be more effective
Right.
than a rushed or incoherent response.
That's reassuring to hear. It's easy to feel like all eyes are on us,
I know.
just waiting for us to make a mistake.
Right.
But in reality, the judges are more interested in hearing our arguments,
Exactly.
engaging in a thoughtful discussion.
Precisely. Remember, they're not rooting for you to fail.
Right.
They're there to listen, learn, and ultimately make a decision based on the law and the arguments presented.
Okay, so we've talked about handling those unexpected moments
Yeah.
with grace and composure.
Right.
But what about the bigger picture?
Oh, yeah.
What's the key takeaway you hope listeners will remember from this whole deep dive?
I think the most important message is that while preparation and strategy are crucial,
Right.
oral argument is ultimately about connection.
Okay.
Connecting with the legal principles.
Connecting with the facts of the case
Right.
and connecting with the judges themselves.
I love that it's not just about delivering a perfect legal monologue.
Yeah.
It's about engaging in a genuine conversation.
Right.
Inviting the judges to join us on that intellectual journey.
Exactly. And that's where the chapter's emphasis
Okay.
on finding your own unique style comes full circle.
Right.
It encourages us to embrace our individuality as advocates and let our personalities shine through in our presentations.
So to all those law students out there gearing up for their first oral argument,
Yeah.
we say this: embrace the challenge.
Yes.
Yes, it will be nerve-wracking.
Sure.
Yes, there will be unexpected moments.
Absolutely.
But it's also an incredible opportunity to showcase your legal skills, connect with the court, and find your voice as an advocate.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember,
Yeah,
the handbook for the new legal writer is an invaluable resource
absolutely.
that can guide you every step of the way.
Yes. Prepare diligently, practice relentlessly, and most importantly, believe in yourself.
And with that, we wrap up our deep dive into the world of oral argument.
We do.
We hope you found it insightful, empowering, and maybe even a little bit inspiring. Until next time, happy advocating.
So with practice and preparation, you'll gain confidence as you prep for oral arguments. You'll find more strategies in Chapter 39 in the handbook for the new legal writer. And remember, you can be a great legal writer and a great advocate. You've got this.